Today, go getters, I'll be sharing with you 3 secret businesses that you should start in Africa before it's too late. So, I would advise you to stick to the last one, especially, and watch in between the lines because honestly, this is a secret that I am sharing. So, this business model has to do with returned goods and off-the-shelf goods, or those products that have overstayed in stores and the shop owners are getting rid of them. They just want to dispose of them. So the thing is, they actually give them out for far more cheaper than the real price because they just want to get rid of those products from their shops and restock, right? So those are the goods you to be importing. And the second type of goods, like I said, are returned goods. You know, abroad there is this refund system or return system that you can return goods that you aren't satisfied with, that you haven't used yet. But here it is not possible. So there are such goods that are stockpiled in stores, especially e-commerce stores. There are such goods there in mass that you can import and make good money for yourself back here. So this is something people are cashing out big with right now in Africa. I've seen a couple of people do that and honestly they are flexing. And hey, mark you, when I talk of goods that are off the shelf, don't mistake it for expired goods, all right? I am not talking about expired goods. Those goods are still in a very good state, but just that the store owners are about to replace them with newer goods or fresh goods. So they discard of them. So if you're smart, you can take advantage of those products and make good money for yourself in Africa. So this goes to especially our diaspora back there. If you have access to such shops or you know shop owners, you can go closer to them and collect those items for a very cheap price and make good money for yourself in Africa because honestly, those goods sell very well in Africa because people love them for they are still in good condition, but at the same time they aren't too expensive like the brand new products or the fresh products that will be sent to Africa from huge importers. Because with this business model, you are doing what we call mini importation, all right? That is, they don't import what the major importers import. They actually go for those items that are very rare in Africa. And if the items are not rare, they go for those items that are very expensive in Africa. So the thing is, they get them for a very cheaper price and sell them back in Africa at moderate prices, thereby attracting a lot of customers. You've probably gone to thrift shops in Yaoundé or Douala, for example, in Cameroon, and you've seen some brand new items that haven't been used, but that are not second-hand goods, that is, are brand new, but they are very affordable, right? So those are the goods we are talking about. So you will see goods like those huge big mixers that bakers use to mix maybe their cake or whatever. They sell them for very affordable prices, and you know you could get them like 5 liters, 10, 13, 15 liters, it depends. So you're going to be finding such products. You're going to be finding brand new blenders, brand new juice extractors, PlayStations, all those type of things. You are going to be finding them there at very affordable prices. But the thing is, they are still brand new. They aren't used. So that's the trick people are using to cash out big in Africa right now. So like I said, the trick is you go for those products that you know people really need in Africa and that they don't easily find. Or if they find them, they are very expensive. So you are stepping in like a solution to their problem by providing those products at affordable prices for them. So on to the next business. This has to do with event planning and it rents out like hot cake in Africa. So if you've guessed, I am talking here about the 360 photo booth. So if you don't know what a 360 photo booth is, it is a video booth featuring a camera on a long metal arm that rotates around a platform where guests stand, pause, or dance around, and it captures moments for them. So it is very glamorous and fun, and at the end of it, they could have videos in slow motion and all the likes. So it makes your party so entertaining. It is actually the trendiest and most innovative event item out there. So with about $1,500, you can get a 360 photo booth And the good part is that you can actually recover your money after just 5 events. That is, the money you used to purchase it, you can actually recover it back after 5 rents. Isn't that wonderful? This is because a 360 photo booth rents here for about $350, and most times it is for 3 hours. That is an average of $100 per hour. So if you make 3 hours per event, and you maybe have, let's say, a minimum of 3 events per day, because these are businesses that you advertise online. Like I always say on this channel, there is no business you should do nowadays without taking it online. Right? So everything is done online, and you will be shocked at the amount of people that are going to be calling you to rent out your photo booth. And do you know that it is actually very scarce? Not a lot of people have it, and the few people who have it really do make good money, because almost all events now in Africa, people rent these photo booths. So imagine having just say 3 events per day to cover. You can be making more than $1,000 hands down. So isn't this something you would want to invest your money in? And if you're a smart person out there, you can get 2, 3, and as much as you want. So just times it by an average of, let's say, $300. Let's just limit ourselves to $300 per rent and 3 hours. So imagine the amount of money you could make if you have your little business of renting out 360 photo booths. So you can actually just invest your money in this business alone and sit back, relax, and be cashing out your money on daily basis. Do you even know that there are actually events in Africa that people look for this photo booth to rent, and they can't find it because all the available ones have been booked already? So goal getters, this is one of those businesses that you would love to rush and invest your money in before it's too late. So we are now moving to the third business that you want to invest in before it's too late in Africa. But before we do that, like this video already. And if you don't know, we've started uploading exclusive content on the membership, and you don't want to miss it, all right? There are lots of secrets that we share with our members on there. So if you are that real goal getter, you definitely need to rush and join the goal getter membership. So if you're interested in doing that, you know exactly what to do. So on to the next business, we are going to be talking about the egg incubator machine. This is some business that my husband and his colleagues have been doing for a long time. And you know I love you so much that I always share everything with you. Do you know that you can actually incubate your eggs even at home? That is, hatch your eggs at home and make good money for yourself. This is some business that is so lucrative, but at the same time, you don't necessarily need to spend much, because all you need to do is buy your incubator, get your eggs, and incubate them, hatch them, and let people know that you actually provide the whole chicks. That is how people are going to be rushing into your DMs, because mark you, here in Africa, day old chicks are so scarce and people always run out of them. People actually queue up to pay up front in order to get supplied, all right? This is something that I know what I'm talking to you about, because I see it firsthand. It is actually very lucrative. Don't you worry, for I am going to be giving you some rough estimates of the amount of money you could make from this business. So at this point, goal getters, please do well to like this video so that YouTube can know that we are doing something great, because honestly, if I don't see enough likes on this video, I am going to consider that I am not doing something great, and I am not sure I am going to continue giving you all these secrets I am giving you on the channel. So in order for you to encourage me, please like this video as much as possible, because if you all don't show appreciation just by liking, which doesn't cost you anything, I am going to be reserving all these important businesses just for the members who have subscribed to the Goal Getter Academy, because I consider that they are actually serious and they actually appreciate what I am doing. So if you want to encourage me to keep on bringing these secrets for you, smash the like button already. And also endeavor to share this video with your loved ones. So let's go straight to exactly how you could go about this business. So before we get into the statistics, let me quickly walk you through certain key things you need to know about the incubator machine. So the incubator machine is that machine that provides the most appropriate environment for an egg to incubate and hatch to produce a day-old chick. That is, it actually tries to create the role that the mother hen plays in nature. So it efficiently regulates the incubator temperature and humidity at perfect levels. And the incubator generally maintains a consistent temperature of around 99.5 Fahrenheit and 37.5 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature for chicken egg to develop. So by now, I believe some of you could be rolling your eyes, like some of you always come to the comment section and complain about seizures of electricity in your area. Don't worry, for with this, I've got you covered, alright? So there is actually a way you can go about it to maneuver before maybe the electricity comes back. So there is actually a time frame that those eggs could survive in case of electricity seizure. So not all, but there are some embryos that can actually survive temperatures below 90 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 hours, which is more than half a day, right? So you've got a minimum of half a day in case of any electricity seizure to maybe look for a generator or whichever means a solar panel or whichever solution you want to go for. So another thing you should know is that there are actually two types. We've got the manual type and the automatic type. With the manual type, you are going to need to turn the eggs yourself in order to heat up both sides of the egg. But with the automatic one, it actually rotates and turns the egg itself. So there are different capacities. You could go for whichever capacity suits your budget. So let's take, for instance, you went for, let's say, a 2000 capacity, right? So that could cost you about $1,000. So once you've bought your incubator, you can get it installed maybe in a firm if you have a firm, or at home. So if you've got maybe a space that could be protected and not let people get access to it, you can actually get your incubator installed there. So once that's done, the next thing you obviously have to do is to get your eggs. Do you know that most eggs that are hatched in Africa aren't actually produced in Africa? And that brings about the need of the business that we call day-old chick production, which is a topic for another day. So if you're interested in knowing more about the day-old chick production proper, let me know in the comment section. You could just indicate by typing day-old chick, and I am definitely going to be making a video walking you through that process. So back to what I was saying, you are going to be needing eggs or parent stock if you are about to produce the chicks yourself, which is something not commonly done. A lot of African farmers do import eggs from other continents and they just hatch them to produce the day-old chicks that you all go and buy to raise. In Cameroon, for instance, there are only 2 companies that actually produce day-old chicks. And in countries like South Africa, there are a couple of companies, and also in Nigeria. But generally, most African countries do import all the eggs that they hatch. So like I said, if you're interested, I am going to be covering in details how to actually raise parent stock and where to get them and everything you need to know. So once you've gotten your eggs, you need to know that your eggs are going to be taking 20 to 21 days to incubate. We are obviously talking here of fertilized eggs, alright? So a fertilized egg costs about 33 cents and you are obviously going to be needing 2,000 of them. Because you've got a 2,000 capacity incubator. So if you are going to be buying 2,000 eggs, you are going to be spending about $660 or so. And once you incubate your eggs, just consider about 20% losses, because you know in business, you should always give a gap for unforeseen circumstances. So let's assume you're going to be losing 20% of eggs, which is actually about 400 eggs. So you are going to maybe succeed to hatch, let's say, 1,600 chicks. And if you sell a chick for, let's say, $1, because generally in Africa, chicks cost about $1. So let's say you sell your chick for $1, you are obviously going to be making $1,600 every 21 days. So imagine having 2, 3, 4, even 5 incubators, or even 10, why not? You're going to be making $1,600 minimum times 10 every 21 days. So just imagine a scenario where you invest in, let's say, 10 incubators. 10 incubators times your minimum of $1,600, you are going to be making a whooping $16,000 every 21 days. So do you have an idea of what I am talking about? And mark you go getter, I told you earlier on that this is business that you don't look for clients, all right? You don't chase after them. They are the ones rushing to pay up front before getting the checks delivered. So if you are a smart goal getter out there, you've got a secret right into your hands to make good use of. And just for sharing this secret with you go-getters, I think I definitely deserve a like. So if you haven't liked this video yet for one or two reasons, let's assume you were distracted, please do that right now, for it costs absolutely nothing. So go-getters, I believe I've shared everything you need to know on the incubator machine. But nonetheless, if you've got certain things you want me to clarify you on, you know what to do. I am always available on the comment section, at least for the first hour after the video. So you can ask any question down there and I'll be attending to it right away. That said, thanks for watching this video, as I will see you on the next one.